to the Markets with Mike. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about the possible impact of economic news on your retirement. Michael, what would you say to listeners who are worried by all the noise?
Block it out.
Love it.
Put the TV on mute. Turn off social media. Turn the TV off. Stop listening. Whatever it is you got to do, but stop. It's important to keep aware of stuff, but
Right.
don't get too caught up in the headlines there. And remember, the headlines are designed to draw you in, and things are not always as bad as that headline makes it seem. So
Right.
if you are going to watch and read the headline, but read the rest of the article or listen to the rest of the newscast so that you know exactly what they're talking about. Because oftentimes when you just hear that headline, you think, oh my, the world is falling
Yes.
apart, and then you listen to it, and it may not even be something that has to do with you. So,
Right.
Try to ignore it as much as you possibly can, and don't get caught up in the exaggeration of some of these things.
How should our listeners approach their investments in an environment like this, especially the ones who are nearing retirement?
So, plan is one of the biggest things that I can say that you should do. Make sure that you have a good, solid plan in place that fits you and fits your circumstances. And by that, I mean, what kind of income do you need? What kind of income do you have? Social Security, pension plans, those kind of things. We talk about and work with our clients on building their physical house, having their foundation in place, which is kind of their steady preservation of assets, trying to preserve principal. And then you have your walls, which are income-oriented investments, and then you have the roof, which is your more risk-oriented investments. Making sure that combination, that house is built properly, and then just continuing to review and make sure, have your circumstances changed? So do we need to change the plan? Just because the markets are volatile does not mean we need to change the plan.
Right.
But if your circumstances have changed or your needs have changed, that's when we need to look at making adjustments to it.
So for somebody who may be out there listening and they are wanting to take another look at their retirement plan, what advice would you give them?
I would say absolutely give us a call.
Absolutely.
Even if it's not us, but taking a look at your plan, sitting down and talking to somebody and getting a second opinion on it, reviewing it, making sure it's still what you need to have in place, absolutely essential to getting through times like this.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for that. I guess let's just jump right into more highlights.
Yes, so
please.
Some more news this week. U.S. labor markets have kind of started stalling. Growth has started stalling specifically. Last week, the labor market showed cracks as job growth stalled, with non-farm payrolls, as we mentioned before, increasing only by 73,000 in July. That was revised downward from 258,000.
Wow.
So big revision downward. Unemployment, we've talked about this already, 4.2%, which is putting pressure on the Federal Reserve to consider a rate cut in September. They've been opposed to rate cuts up to this point, but some economic slowing could potentially see rates getting cut again, which is good news for borrowers, not so good news for savers. So, we'll just have to wait and see what direction they go in there. There's the possibility, we've had some talks about stagflation. So instead of inflation, stagflation, which is where inflation continues to grow, the cost of goods continues to go up, but economic growth slows down. So you've got, two things that need to go in the same direction, going in opposite directions there. And some of that is trade policy and tariff negotiations, I think, is contributing to some of that. Also, healthcare and other sectors did see some modest gains in job growth, but other industries like manufacturing and those kind of things, more of the important base of the job market there is what is showing a slowdown. So just have to wait and see how things play out with that.
Thank you for giving us the highlights. Now let's go to our Say What of the Week. This week we have Who's the Top Dog? Wave riding canines compete in the World Dog Surfing Championship. Charlie, who is a 10-year-old yellow lab, loves to surf, and he competed with about 15 to 20 other canine wave riders in San Francisco on Saturday. It's an annual contest. It draws thousands of spectators, and they compete against each other. According to Charlie's family, sometimes his humans have to hide his board from him because he loves surfing that much.
I can't even get my dog to sit and stay.
Literally.
And this dog surfs.
And yeah, how do you teach a dog to surf? That's a good question.
I mean, my dog doesn't even like to get a bath either.
No, I mean,
the whole water issue. That's just not. That's
not going to work. That's not going to work.
So, but I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I know. I think that would be kind of cool. We may have to look up a video of that.
So back to that inflation word again. Let's do our what did it cost segment. American cheese. We call it plastic cheese. You know, the little American cheese singles. Those are great for grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh my gosh, they're the best.
Do you know what a 12-ounce package of American cheese costs today?
Today? Oh gosh, cheese is expensive. Probably like $4.
Man, you are killing it again this week. $3.86 for one of those little packages of American cheese.
Cheese is so expensive.
So 50 years ago.
Okay, so today, I would say like $2.
99 cents.
Oh, okay.
99 cents for a pound.
Okay.
So it's, I guess the way they package it has changed. 99 cents for a pound. And then 20 years ago in 2005.
Probably $2.
Close, $1.84. So it's basically doubled in 20 years. So
wow.
Prices continue to go up. We continue to see inflation. Looks like the economy is getting a little rocky. All of these kind of economic changes are things that are just part of the economy, part of the cycles that we go through. But you don't have to feel uneasy about it and feel like you're taking a chance with your retirement. As long as you've done careful planning, that can help you to feel more confident about having a long and rewarding retirement. So no matter what the headlines say, don't get anxious. We work with people every day to help give them confidence in their retirement plan. So in order to do that, we've got to create a plan. We've got to help you with your income strategies, build that physical house that we were talking about. And we're also working to stay up to date on what's going on with the economy. So if you've been saving for retirement, you need some help with that, that's what we're here for. We're here to help.
As Michael said, we are here to help and we are ready to help you. Call us today at 256-467-4382. We'll see you next.